those energy things. What's today's date?
It's live.
Okay, so we would like to welcome you to Fabric Chicks Live. We're coming to you from Gardnerville, Nevada, which is by Lake Tahoe, Carson City, Reno area, northern Nevada. We do have a regular shop, so you can come in. We do have limited hours, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10 to 4, but anytime by appointment. So if you are coming through town, or you can only come on a Saturday because you have a real job that interferes with your sewing and creating time, you can always call us and set up an appointment, because we're happy to open anytime. So we would, if you've never joined us, you might think, because I did send out an email, that we were interviewing Colors to Die For, Jeannie, but that is next Monday. So in my crazy world, it was today that we were interviewing her, but we're interviewing her next Monday. So make sure you tune in next Monday. She's going to show us all of her hand-dyed wools. Hey, Victor, how are you? Hi, Carolyn and Jenny. And Devin, Victor says waves to you.
Wave.
Wave back. So today, because I thought we were interviewing the gal that does all the hand-dyed wools, I need a keeper. Honestly, I need somebody to keep track of me. So we have some of the auction stuff left from last Wednesday, and we will be interviewing Jeannie next Monday. It's right in my calendar. If I would have looked at my calendar this morning, I would have known. Hey, and Heidi, how are ya? I know she's supposed to be here, except for that I actually have her scheduled for next Monday. So that is my error. One of these days I'll pull my act together. Well, I don't know about that. Hey, Laura and Christy, welcome everybody. I know, so you guys have to look forward to it for next Monday. Mark your calendars. I was just seeing if you guys were actually paying attention, because sometimes on this side of the camera, I think I'm just talking to myself. Hey, Sandy, how are you? So if you're new to watching, we're going to show you items. They're all going to have a number on them like this. Let's see. So these are 2 wooden spools we just got back into stock. So this size, Christy, is the size that you've gotten before, the big one. But they're great little pieces for primitive artwork, or if you're doing fabric Christmas trees, these can be the stands, and then you can put a stick into here up through your Christmas tree, or even for a doll stand. There's so many things that you can do with these. So S92 is $13.95 for the big one. S92 is $13.95 for the big one. Christy says she's going to make a Christmas tree out of the big spool. They're super cute, and it's big enough that it could hold the weight of a pretty big tree if you wanted. S91 is for the flat one. So you could also, if you wanted to, you could wrap your vintage trims on these to decorate your sewing room. All kinds of fun things that you can do with these wooden spools. And sometimes they're hard to come by. So I just, this one here, the big one, these were out of stock. I couldn't find a source for them. I bought a few of them because I just didn't know the size. But then when I went to reorder them, they were out of them. So we just got them back into stock. So the small flat one is S91 for $6.95. And then the big one is S92 for $13.95. So if you need any of those, just type that in. Hey, Alice, how are you? Hey, Nicole. So remember, I was ready to spend some cash. Well, don't worry. We got a lot of stuff to show you. So, or you can save your cash till next Monday when the interview actually happens. It's very rare that I get dates wrong, but I don't know. It's been kind of a big weekend. A lot of stuff going on in my brain. Okay, this, I only have one left. We're still trying to clean up the shop and make room. If you've been to the shop, you know how packed it is with stuff. And we've got I've got a ton of new stuff coming in. I've got 3 panel. So what the companies are doing for quilt shops, because we're short staffed, we're not getting samples made. So they're sending us a big panel of what the quilt will look like when you actually cut the fabric all apart and sew it back together. They're sending the shops a cheater one. So I think that I have three or four of them upstairs with brand new fabric lines waiting to come out into the shop that I haven't pulled into the shop yet, because I kind of want it to be a big shebang when I have the sample quilted. But the part of the problem with it being the cheater panel is that you guys come in and you're like, that's a panel. I want the big panel. I don't want to have to actually sew the quilt. So I'm having to custom quilt everything along where the seam would be. So it tricks the eye, so you don't necessarily just come in and know it's a panel. Although it's kind of obvious. No seams is kind of a giveaway. But otherwise, we wouldn't get very many samples done because there's just not enough time in the day. Okay, so this is, I only have one of these panels left, so I partnered it with one fat quarter bundle. We do have a separate fat quarter bundle available, but this is one, and I'm not doing it as an auction because we want to get through some things. So this is a birthday panel, and I only have one of them. And then the fat quarter bundle is, hey, Jackie and Sue, how are you? Jackie, are you all by yourself without candy? So here are the different fat quarters that go with it. So you can do a fun birthday table runner that you can use every time somebody has a birthday. So you've got 6 fat quarters. It's normally $23.94 plus the panel, which is normally $13.99. We have it for $30. S69 is $30. Hey, Phyllis. So S69 is $30. And if you want just the fat quarter bundle, I have one fat quarter bundle. S70 is $20. So you're saving $4. That's like 25% off. That's a pretty good little deal. S70 is $20 for the fat quarter bundle. S69 is for the fat quarter bundle plus the panel, which you could cut it apart and make placemats, all kinds of fun things you could do with that. If you make placemats, then you can use it for everybody's birthdays. S69 is $30 for the fat quarter bundle and the panel. Uh-oh, I tucked away the tag somewhere. Did you see where the tag got tucked away to? Gosh, don't trust us with anything. There it is. When Devin goes to fill the order, he won't know where it is. Hey, Kim, how are you from Darn Cute Quilts? Well, thank you. Thank you for letting us visit your shop. I know it's kind of spontaneous when we're on the road because we never know when we're going to get places. So we can't pre-arrange it, but it's kind of nice because you see how the shops are in their natural states. Okay, so there's that. Then I have, so we've got kind of a clearance sale going on today because we're trying to clean up the shop. So it's a lot of things that we have just onesie left over. So this panel, I think there might be one more panel. It's a cute little camping panel. S62 is $7. S62 is $7. And, oh, Kathleen, well, that's okay. Life gets in the way sometimes. So here's a cute little panel, $7 S62. And then I do have, this is a $50 value and we've got it at $25, but we're doing it as an auction. So you have 1 yard. Here, you're focusing on me. Devin gets a little bit sidetracked.
About the door open.
Okay, so here is a yard of fabric. It's a go with it fabric. It has the panel, so you get the whole panel here. Devin hates it if you don't buy this. He's got to wrap it all back up and put it out in the shop. So you have the whole panel. You have a yard. You can use as backing. And then the fat quarter bundle So it's a $50 value. The auction is starting at $25. So all of this for $25 unless somebody outbids you. You've got a fat quarter of the border print, the lanterns, the night sky, the all over fabric, and then 2 coordinating go with it fabrics. S61 is $25. It is an auction. Okay, Elaine, I'm putting your name on this. Elaine. S61 is $25. It has a yard of fabric, 6 fat quarters plus the panel. Hey, Lynn, I'm glad you liked your quilts. Thank you. Okay, here's a little project that we showed you for quick Christmassy items. I'm going to leave that auction there in case somebody decides they want to bid on it. S38 makes this cute little Christmas wall hanging, or you could put it on the back of a jacket or a t-shirt if you wanted. It's got the pre-made silk yo-yos and the trim, the beaded trims. So the whole project, everything you need except for the batting's included in there also. So literally everything you need to finish this project. And I just put the 2 fabrics together. And I wonder, is somebody at the door? I just put the 2 fabrics together and did a zigzag stitch. So it literally took me about 15 minutes to do this whole project. The yo-yos I actually glued on with fabric glue, but it's a permanent fabric glue. So literally there was very little stitching. So if you need a quick gifty item, you could also take this and do Christmas cards with it, depending on how detailed you want to get. S38 is $18 for the whole kit. S38 is $18 for the whole kit. And we have lots of those, so that's not an auction. But I do have this one as an auction. This is a finished quilt. S47 is $45. So I'm trying to get you guys ready for Christmas. So you think that you had all year to make all your Christmas gifts, but now we're in November. It's kind of like we're at the crisis point of if you didn't get your quilts finished for your Christmas gifts, I can help you out here. So we do have some auction items. So if you want to bid on any of these, just go ahead and put in. This one is S47. It's $45. So the auction is at $45. It's already sewn bamboo batting inside of it. It's already quilted and bound by hand. So S47, the auction is starting at $45. So if you need a quick gifty item, this is perfect for that. S47 is $45. It's got appliqued little cat prints going across it. Super cute, kind of folk arty. S47 is $45 for the auction. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to move these out of the way. And remember, if you don't watch
the size.
Ooh, I'll measure it for you. If you don't watch this live, because some people watch it after the fact, you can order through tomorrow morning. But tomorrow morning, we have to get ready for the Wednesday live. So Wednesdays, you have a little bit more time. Wednesdays, you can order through the weekend. What's the size? Candy, I had trouble finding myself today. It actually, Facebook and the program we use to stream this, they have not really been communicating. So that's why it said Facebook users. It was some kind of a glitch on Wednesday or Friday when we did that spontaneous sale. It was some kind of a glitch. And they've gotten that fixed. So I can see your names now, which is exciting. But it was hard to log on for us. Okay, it's 25 inches by 36 plus 7. 36, 43. 25 by 43. The finished size for this is 25 by 43. 25 by 43. already finished gift. So, or you could gift it to yourself too. So that is that cute little quilt. S38 is for the Christmas tree kit. Everything you need to make that cute little Christmas tree. It's a cute little gift. You could hand stitch the yo-yos on. The yo-yos are already pre-made out of silk. If you just want the yo-yos, as you know, yo-yos are pretty time consuming. So we do have a bag of silk yo-yos already pre-made for $14. So S39 is $14 for the already pre-made silk yo-yos. Otherwise, you can get the whole kit with the backing fabric, the batting. It looks like everything. The batting, backing, background, yo-yos, trims, everything you need. S38 is $18. So if you need just the yo-yos because you want to put them onto a denim jacket or something else, or sew them around the edge of a basket, S39 is $14. And hey, Anna, how are you? Hey, Anna, thank you for calling me yesterday. It was fun catching up. Okay, S6, we're going to close these up. S61 is going to Jackie for $30. That's a steal, Jackie. Okay, I know. I almost want to save one of these for myself and decorate the motorhome with it, except for I know I would never get to it. Okay. In my spare time. I think that has to wait till I retire because life is just full of making samples. Okay. And then I have, gosh, Heidi, it's so good to see you. Heidi, you know what was so exciting? I went to Art Quilt Tahoe. They invited me for dinner, and I got to sit next to Velma Newman. It was so, it was like one of the most incredible times of my life. Okay, let's see. 47, I've got, what was 30? Oh, that's Jackie as a yo-yo. Okay, 47, I only have, oh my gosh. Peggy and Richard, I can't believe you're giving up watching me for an hour for a free meal. But tell Richard, thank you for his service. We appreciate it. So Roger could have taken the Hummer in today and gotten a free oil change, but he didn't because they offered oil, Jiffy Lube offered free oil changes to veterans today. But luckily for them, they have people like Roger who are not going to take advantage of anything. Okay, let's see. Heidi Emmett is the winner of the cat quilts. And let's see what else we have today. So you guys saw when we were on the road trip at one of the shops, they had the chicken chains. So we do have these in the shop for sale. S54 is $14. So if you need a chicken chain already made, a bird chain, chicken chain, whatever you want to call them, S54 is $14 and it's already made. Heidi, it was so fun. We actually talked about you. And there was several other people sitting at our table that somebody actually worked for you when you had your quilt shop. But it was exciting to kind of rub elbows with all the famous people in the quilting world. Okay. When we were at one of the shops in Oregon, you guys were excited about the chicken chain that she had, and you all wanted the pattern. I don't have that pattern exactly, but we do have these that Virginia Robertson has made. So here is her chicken chain. So if you want to make it yourself, the chicken chain is $11. The chicken chain pattern is $11. Or we have the Flock of Wrens S57. This one makes, they're more birds. Birds and Hearts S57 if you want the pattern. Heidi, isn't it exciting to watch them as they bloom? But she showed the most amazing tulip quilt. It literally was 8 feet tall by 15 feet long. So it took 6 of us to hold it up. It was incredible. And then the handwork she did on it, though, I mean, I got to hold it up, so I really got to see it close and personal. It was incredible. So here's what the bird chain looks like already made up. And in the pattern, it does have directions to create your own beads. So these beads here were created with fabric, and it does have the directions in the pattern on how to make your own beads. And in January, I'm going to be interviewing, this one goes to this. So S57, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be, if I can get my dates straight, I'm going to be interviewing Virginia Robertson again. And she's going to be doing a free Zoom on those birds that go in your flower pots. So that would be a quick, well, easy Christmas gift for you to work on for next year. Since we're not doing it till after the first of the year. Let's see here. Here's string of fish. So the same concept as the string of chickens and the string of birds. Here is fish and a mermaid, S59. So these go together pretty quick. She did hand stitch around the edges with a buttonhole stitch, but you could just turn them inside out. You can do it any which way you want. Whatever works for you and your fingers and your time frame. Of course, the more embellishing you do, the funner it's going to be. S59 is for a string of fish and mermaids, $11. And if you want some already, I know when I put them down like this, then they get all tangled up. If you want a string of hearts already done, you can always, it's out of the cotton cantha fabric. You can always cut these apart and use them as little embellishments on gift tags or whatnot. Oh, this one I've twisted it around. Okay, well, you guys don't want to see me sit here and take it apart. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, about 15 hearts on this string. You could always kind of, well, if you want them sideways, you could kind of do it as a garland. But you could do it, you could, if you put it down, you could put it on your Christmas tree, or you could just hang them from a wall. S60 is $14, already made hearts. And then we're probably going to do, but I'm not making any promises, but this was also in one of the quilt shops as we toured. They had a sample of this. So if you haven't gotten the pattern for this yet, it is Virginia Robertson's. It was at a Fat Quill quilt shop when we did the interview there. She had this sample up on the wall, but she doesn't sell the pattern anymore. So if you need the pattern, S58, we still have them. And this doll by Virginia Robertson is double-sided. So you can, if you wanted, you could do this with your grandkids, and you can use photo fabric and do a photo of them, and then they can have a self-portrait of themselves. S58 is $11. S58 is $11. And we just have the fusible heavyweight interfacing inside of here. So S58 is $11. And let's see. I know you guys love diamond art. Hey, Kim, how are you? Hang it from your ceiling fan. That would be fabulous. Every time you like walk through a room, it's gonna like hit you. You're not gonna know where it is. Yes, Caroline, that is. I have the doll of me. Here, let's go on a field trip real quick so you can see it. Hey, Rhonda, how are you? Let's go on a field trip real quick so you can see the Beth doll. Caroline made me. Do you guys remember back when Penny did the Beth challenge? Well, I don't have the lights on upstairs. It is way up in the corner at the top of the stairs. Can you see it? Go on a field trip way up to the top.
Well, I gotta go and you don't.
It's behind. We have the table across the top of the stairs so Remy can be trapped upstairs. There it is on the Beth wall, Carolyn. So you really can do so many different things and embellish those patterns however you want. But it is kind of fun to do it of yourself, a self-portrait of yourself, or a self-portrait of yourself or of your grandkids. Or you could do your whole family. You could do something like this. If you want to do you and your girlfriends, this is an Eleanor pattern for the Kitschy Women. So if you need the pattern for the Kitschy Women, just write in Kitschy Women. It's $10. But that is super simple. It's all pretty much one big piece of fabric. And then she just added the heads on. But you can do one of all you and all your girlfriends for your sewing room. Or you could do your whole family. That would be a fun one too. That would definitely be a challenge to do the whole family. Okay, Peggy said it's Diamond Art time again. So Peggy and Rhonda, I was teaching a class all day. So I'll check my phone after the live. So a lot of you are doing the diamond art because it's that time of year again when you want something inside. If you look outside, we actually have snow on the mountains. Can you see the snow up there, Devin? I didn't realize it snowed today. Way out there, we got snow on our mountains already. That's kind of sad. Well, it's nice, but sad. Okay, so this is diamond art. This is what Amy calls a partial because the background is not filled in with beads. And a lot of the beads are bigger. So this is more my speed. I don't know that I would have the patience to do one where the entire background, everything is created with the beads. But this is a fun one for your grandkids, stocking stuffers and gifts. The Jack skeleton, we have two different Jack skeletons. Devin put this right over the photo.
I just showed it.
I know, but here's Jack and Sally. So for a lot of you, Jack and Sally are, a lot of people do like their whole Christmas decorations just in Nightmare Before Christmas. But these are fun ones. You can have them up all year. So S55 is $25. It does include the mat board. It does not include the frame. So you got to get your own frame. So $25 includes all the beads, the tools to do it. There's directions in there. Kids and high school kids, college kids, it's kind of a therapeutic art that a lot of people are loving. And when you want something like you have to watch baseball with your husband or something, this is a kind of keeps your mind still thinking. So this is what this one looks like. Good gifts. I'm trying to find good priced items for you girls and gentlemen so you don't go bankrupt this Christmas. And everybody loves to actually get gifts that they can make. In my opinion, it might not actually be a fact, but I love it when people give me things I can actually make. Because then every time I'm working on it, I'm reminded that somebody cared enough to give me something. So here is some sale fabrics. I tried to get Devin to put more fabrics in here, but he was over it. So these are $6 a yard, S51. It's kind of a goldish color. It's got a faint quilt block effect, kind of a watercolory effect. $6 a yard. So if you need golds, that's a good one. And then here's the same pattern. It's a great background if you want to do an applique on top of it. S52 is kind of a creamy color, creamies and gray peachy color. Oh, if you guys got that baby quilt with the llama and the farm animals, I bet you this would go really well with it. I'm going to have to go put it over there and see. Now I'm going to be able to double the price on it. And then here is some go with it tossed sewing supplies. It's just that they're great fabrics from Quilting Treasures. It's just that we're all out of all the go with it fabrics. So time to move it on so we can make room. So $6 a yard. You can't pass that up. Devin's super excited. He's going to have time. He's going to have lots of work to do tonight before he can leave so that we can get ready tomorrow for Wednesday's sale. Okay, this one I have a lot of. It is a silk trim, but it's got cute little beaded dangly baubles. So it's a 1 yard piece. What happened to the sticker to it? S49 is $8 and it's a yard. So they came in yard pieces and they're $8 for the yard. It's kind of like embroidered little squares with the little dangly beads. S49 is $8. S49 is $8 and it's a 1 yard piece. Okay, see you later, Mary. And then we've got a couple of auctions. Let me put the pin back in here so we don't lose it. You know how devastating that would be to lose the number. We'd have to go listen to the live again. Okay, this is an auction because I believe this is the last one of these that we've just found. I made, I know I saw it today. And I am sorry that I don't have a demo for today because I actually thought we were interviewing the wool lady. So I don't have a demo today. Typically on Mondays, we do a demo. We try to teach you something. If we run out of items, though, I can always find something to demo real quick. This is what I made out of this panel that I'm going to auction off in a minute. Just to give you an idea of what you can do with it. We've embellished it. We've bedazzled it. You name it. I know I should sell my sample, but I can't part with it yet. S48, the auction is starting at $10. S48, you're going to get a lot of heads. So in the banner, it at one side is actually just 2 rows of this. So you're getting like a 3rd row kind of as a bonus. S48 is $10. S48 is $10. That is an auction. And then here we have a kit. S45 is, the auction is starting at $30. Hey, Sue, I'm glad you're here. I know, Christy, but I don't know where Devin is trying to clean the back room. He said he can't. Devin's a little bit OCD, and unlike his mother, as you guys know. So he's like, we have to get this cleaned and organized. So who knows what we're going to find. This one actually said miscut on it. So it was in a pile of miscut panels. But the only reason it's a miscut is because in the kits that we made for the banners, it only had 2 rows. So it's really not a miscut because you're getting a bonus row, but whoever cut them for me said it was a bonus. So S48 is at $10. And then here is a quilt. Devin's texting, so he's not paying attention. Here is a quilt kit. S45 is starting at $30. So you're getting a pattern, follow the leader pattern. You're getting the border prints, and then you're also getting the cute Sweet Treat Pincushion Boutique. This was normally $24.95 for 8 fat quarters, which is a really good deal. 8 goes into 25. How many times? 350-ish. So that's a good price on fat quarters. So the whole kit and caboodle, S45, the auction is starting at $30. You don't necessarily have to make this quilt. You can do anything you want. You can use the fabrics for anything you want and use this pattern for something else. It's a fat quarter friendly pattern. So Leslie Lord, your email, I sent you a text, but I had your landline phone, so it said that it couldn't actually send you the text. But your email is in our system, right? So I'm not sure. Maybe check your junk mail and see if our emails are going to your junk mail. So if you want to order anything, you just type in S. So if you want to bid on this is an auction, and if it's going to be, the finished quilt is 59 by 70. It was originally 54.75. S45, you just type in S45. S is you committing to it. So if you just think, oh, that's a beautiful kit, just say, oh, the Jungle Prints make a beautiful fabric. Because once you put S, that's you committing to it. And you put S45, and then the highest bidder gets to have it. We can either ship it to you, or you can come down to the shop and pick it up, whatever you prefer. We're real easy like that. So S45 is the Jungle Print. The Jungle Print. Devin's looking out the window. Devin came in at 9 o'clock. So I think when you're 21 years old, working from 9 to 4
all the things I have to do
is really a long day.
I'm thinking of all the things I have.
What do you have to do today?
A lot.
Okay, S48. S48. We've got no bidders on this, so we'll just price it and put it back out in the shop. S45. So S45 is at, I've got 2 of you at $40. 3 of you at $40. So 3 of you are at $40. S45. We'll let you guys kind of duke that out. Just keep bidding or whatever it is. I have another auction. These are already finished stockings. S46 is 2 stockings for $22. And they are very large stockings. So if you're actually going to fill these up, whoever's the recipient is going to love it. And they're kind of a Nordic feel. They're lined. They're lined in here. This one's sewn shut. And it's not sewn shut, it's pinned shut. So it's lined in there. And then we've got a few buttons on there as embellishments. Some buttons here, some Swarovski crystals. So that both stockings, S46, the auction is at $22. That's $11 a stocking. Pretty much you couldn't even get the fabric for that price. S46 is $22 for this auction. S46 is, the auction is starting at $22. So S46, the auction, the Frida skulls was at $10, Victor. The Frida skulls was at $10. S46 is at, there's 2 of you at $25. The Frida skulls is S48. S48 is at $10. Oops, here it is. It's hard to keep up with me, huh, Devin? S48 is at $10 for the auction. And then S46 is at $27 for the 2 stockings. S45 for the jungle. S45. I do not have the pattern for the stockings because it was a panel. They came as a panel. So we just cut up the panel and sewed it together. No pattern. Nope. S45 is at the jungle kit. S45 is at $41. $41 for the jungle kit right here. The jungle kit's at $41. The stockings are at $28. There's 2 at 4. Oh, 46 is at $30. 46 is at $30. And then while you guys are bidding on those, I'm going to move this out of the way real quick. Okay. So we've got those 2 auctions on the table. Get your final bids in because we're going to close it up. We've got more auctions to do. We actually have a whole table's worth of auctions. Here is a panel for the quilt that is behind me. we have a kit, and the kit is clearancing out at $69.95, but Devin's put $40. You know it was Devin, because I would have put 42 because I like my numbers to match. S42 is at $40 for the kit to make the quilt top and the binding for the quilt behind me. It's 48.5 by 48.5 inches. So it makes a great center of a quilt. We do have Go With It fabrics. If you need the Go With It fabrics to make it king size or whatnot, we do have that. S42 is $40 for the kit, which is normally $69.95. And if you just want the panel, we have the panel at $6. So S41 is for just the panel. It's got a baobab tree. It's got animals, all kinds of fun stuff. S41 is $6. And we have lots of those. So that's not an auction. That's a lot. We have a lot of those panels from back when we used to do shows and we had to buy in a lot of quantity, because back in the day we used to do 2 shows a month. So we used to go through a lot of stuff. Okay, S40. We haven't had any YouTube comments, have we? Okay. And then S4, we're going to close up the auction. So make sure you've got your final bid in. Okay, Sharon, I'll only send you one. I see, because I know sometimes it's confusing. Devin would have totally sent you 6. S41. So for 6, Jackie, do you only want 1 or do you want 6? Charity, glad you made it. Okay, now I'm getting worried about you girls. S41 is $6, but you don't have to tell me the amount because I know that. I just want to know how many you want. So if you only want 1, put S41. And if you just put S41, I'll know you want 1. If you put S41 and 1, then I still know you want 1. But if you put S41 6, Devin might ship you 6. You never know around here. Sometimes we're really efficient. Okay, S42 is the kit. And then the auction, S46. Internet is crappy. Oh, sorry. No, Sharon, it's not an auction. I got plenty of those for you guys. Okay, S46 is the stocking auction. And that's the truth, Rhonda, sometimes. S46 is 28 to Jackie. 28 to Jackie. And S45 here for the Jungle Quilt. Super cute. It's a good size quilt. What do we have for the Jungle Quilt?
Chrissy Lee said she bid 30.
She did?
That's what she said.
Oh, you are correct, Christy. Sorry. Christy at 30. Thank you for keeping us honest. Okay, the Jungle Quilt. Did you see who the final bidder is, Devin? It's really, he must have I'm just going to tell you girls, he must have a hot date tonight because he keeps checking his phone.
That's not my phone.
Okay, S45 is the final bidder. Oh my gosh, Anita, you went
42.
back to the hospital again?
42.
42. To who?
Sharon.
Sharon Weber, 42. Oh, I put S45. 42 for Sharon. I know. Look at Fabric Chicks, keeping quilting affordable for you girls. Okay, this was one that we had as panel of the day. And I know I'm not that techie, but apparently our emails we've been sending you with the links, the website, for some reason, the links were only, we were copying and pasting, And when we sent it, somehow it got messed up. But even when the website people did it, when I called to complain that it wasn't working right, it did it to them. It took them 2 hours to fix whatever quirk it was. 2 hours of my life I'll never get back. So this was a 50% off panel, and we have it back on. So if you need the big Christmas tree, we have it quilted. We can, if you haven't seen it quilted, let me know and we'll take a trip out into the shop. I didn't want to tear the whole shop apart. S40 is $17, and it's literally, probably 4 feet tall, at least. I mean, it's touching the ground, so it's a good size panel. If you wanted to give it to somebody who can't necessarily have a Christmas tree or is in a rest home or whatnot, this will for sure brighten their day. S40 is $17. S40 is $17. And we do have lots of those. So anybody who wants it can have it. This one I have lots of the panel, but if you want it already made because you want a quick Christmas gift, and I think it's kind of classic in a quirky kind of way, but I love world maps. S44, if you want it already bound and finished, and then it's got silk saris at the bottom. We actually have 2 of these already made up because we made them up for Candy Dance. So if you want, S44 is $60. S44 is $60. It's already quilted, bound with an extra piece of thread attached to it. And then it's got the silk saris trim, fringy trim on the bottom. So if you needed a quick, there's no label on it, so you could still put your own label, made with love by you. S44 is $60 for the already finished world map. S44 is $60. And if you want to quilt it and do it up yourself, we do have, and you could embellish it. I think it would be fun when I retire and I'm going to travel the world to put Swarovski crystals everywhere that I'm going to go. But I have been some places, so I could start with where I've already been. Put the Swarovski crystals on it so you kind of map out where you've been in your life or where you want to go. You can put Swarovski crystals. S43 is just for the panel. So if you want the panel and you want to quilt it up yourself or you want to do something different with it, it's kind of got fun artwork. You kind of have to look. There's lizards and giraffes and deer, butterflies, birds. It's very funky and cool. S43 is $7 for the panel. S43 is $7 for the panel. And I have a kitty cat fabric, $8 a yard. S12 is $8 a yard for kitty cat fabric. Phyllis is having problems with her internet too. That's a bummer. Yeah, well, you can always go back and rewatch it. Oh my God, 6.5 days is way too long to be in the hospital, Anita. Hey, Evelyn, it's good to see you. We do have free applique club this Saturday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So I will post the link in Fabric Chick Stitch Along if you're going to join us by Zoom. If you're coming into the shop, let me know so that we can make sure we have a space for you. And I know, Christy, I love those maps. I was watching old shows, one on I missed. Do you still have the panel, the Southwest panel that you used to make a baby blanket? Southwest panel. Oh, is it kind of like John Wayne? I don't think I made a baby blanket with it, but I said you could. I think I did placemats with it. Here, show them this fabric, and I'm going to go get the placemats and see if this is the one she's talking about. Was it this one, Rhonda?
She said yes.
was it these panels? I think on the, when I showed them before, I said it would make a super cute baby quilt, but I cut them apart and made placemats with them. And then I was going to sell them at, this one I just finished putting the binding on, so I haven't trimmed all the loose threads. I sold some of them at the candy dance, but these I just didn't get the bindings on them, so that's what I did when I was on my trip to Oregon. Okay, let's see. Who was at the retreat? Oh, do you want to come for felting? Leslie, are you talking about coming for felting with Doris? That's going to be a free Zoom. If you're not local and you want to do the felting with Doris, that is this coming up Monday from 11 to 1. Okay, perfect. I didn't even know it was raining. I have so much stuff that I pulled out of the RV that I didn't put into the shed because I thought, oh, I have all week. I can do it. Who knew it was going to rain today? Okay, S12 is $8 for the cute little kitty cat fabrics. So if you love kitty cats, this is perfect for you. $8 a yard. Hey, Riri, how are you? Yes, Rhonda, I think that there is one or two more of these panels left. I have some stuff my mom did binding for you to. Oh, she did binding. Was it on soldier veteran quilts or was it something else? I don't remember what she put binding on. Is your mom out of town? Okay, so here is, because you guys are all mad rushing sewing for the holidays, here are pre-wound bobbins. I used to think that you really don't need pre-wound bobbins because, like, we're not that lazy. We can wind our own bobbins. Now that I've matured, I love pre-wound bobbins. So my machines, all my Berninas, my Genomes, they all take the class 15 bobbins. Wait, this is an L. This is a class 15. So my Berninas and my Genomes take the class 15. But this is so much easier than winding your own bobbins. It's also a Deco Bob pre-wound, so it's an 80 weight. So you actually get more thread on there than if you were using a 50 weight. I do still use 50 weight or whatever weight I want in the top of my machine. But in my bobbins, I use the 80 weights. If you want, you can go back and reread that. And then if you have a different machine that needs a size L, you have to figure out what size your machine wants. But a size L is going to be S76 for $36. So S76 for $36 is for a size L. Once you use pre-wound bobbins, like, you'll be hooked. S77 is for the class 15. And we had class, oh, here it is. S75 is for the Bobbinator class 15, or S78 is size L. So the Bobbinator is really pretty handy. I don't know where mine is because we just put these on last minute, but it's got a hole on the top and the bottom. And so you can put any color inside here and then put it on the top of your machine and sew with it just like you would with a spool of thread. And then you have this handy container if you want to, if you're like appliquing and you're traveling. The 80 weight is great for applique if you want an invisible stitch because it is finer, but it's just as strong as the 50 weight. But you can put your little bobbins in here for the colors that you need. If you have all the different colors, whatever color you're going to be using to hand stitch your binding on, this is going to keep it from making a mess in your sewing basket. So this is the Bobbinator, turns your bobbin into a spool of thread. So really, you have all those colors to choose from. So S75 is 15, so these two would go together. 75 and 77 go together for a class 15 machine. And then 78 and 76 are for a L size. So you have to figure out what size your machine is. Christy says she can't go back to regular bobbins. I know, it's kind of crazy. I really am, it's kind of bad to say, but I used to think that who needs a pre-wound bobbin? Like, it takes you like 30 seconds to wind your bobbin, but this way it's always consistent and that you always have the color you need. You're not having to empty an old bobbin because you need to reload it with a new color. And if you use, this is a variety pack, but if you just need the gray, because you use a lot of gray, we can order you a box of just the colors that you use the most. So that's also an option. Okay, here is an auction. I don't know if you guys remember, but when COVID first happened, Gracie and Devin, you guys were all on Gracie or Devin teams. And during lunch, the kids would sew these quilts, and you guys had Team Devin and Team Gracie. But this is Devin's quilt, and it's from a 3 1-yard quilt book. But we're done. We're out of the fabric. So if you need a flannel quilt, we have S50. The auction is $50. And it's pieced, it's quilted, it's bound. It looks like hand binding, so I probably put the binding on for him. But it's all ready made. So if you need a gift for really any sex, but a lot of times it's hard to find boy items. S50, the auction is at $50. And this is a one-of-a-kind original made by Devin. You probably won't ever have the opportunity to get a quilt made by Devin again because I don't see him volunteering to make any samples. But this is a great 3 1-yard quilt. So if you need quick, fast projects, the 1-yard quilt books are really, really nice. And this, I just have one of these. This is Nightmare Before Christmas. It's 1 yard, except for that upstairs in the kitting when I was trying to clean up. It looks like we might have had these in a kit for borders because there are a bunch of them. The width of the fabric by 6 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 or 6 of these. So it's probably about 2 yards of fabric. Nightmare Before Christmas, $5 to the first person who wants it. Sue says she remembers the teams. I know, it was a fun, what was one of the fun things we did during COVID? S67, Nightmare Before Christmas, should add a label, made by Devin with love. I know. Well, I mean, one of you would have to bid on it first. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up and give it back to Devin so he can take it out of the shop. S67, Nightmare Before Christmas. It's probably about 2 yards of fabric. Okay, we're starting the real auctions, girls. We got real auctions down here. So these are always really good price points. Well, sometimes when you guys get in bidding wars, I can't guarantee anything. But these are just random scraps. Build your stash. This is kind of a fun stained glass effect. This is about 1 yard of stars, red, white. I should have taken that and put it in soldier quilts. Here's, looks like some leftover sashing. Whoa, wait. OMG, this is a whole quilt in here. This is what happens. The ladies do not let me look through these before they bag them up. Look at this. It's a quilt top already made. Look at how pretty this would be super fun to embellish. If any of you want to embellish, this is a quilt top, already pieced together quilt top. So if you wanted to make it for your bed, you could add some more borders and piecing to it if you wanted, or you could just call it a day and quilt it. It's not too big. You could quilt it yourself, or you could just tell me to quilt it for you. Already made quilt top. That's pretty crazy in there. Let's see what else is in this bag of tricks. Phyllis and Doris might get, I might have to find new jobs for them. Okay. And then there is, let me put a number on there before you guys start screaming. Let's just do $93. Let's do $40. The auction's starting at $40 because I think it will get there anyways. So it's the quilt top. Maybe this was the binding for that. That could very well be. Because, oh, she used it as an inner flange. So I would also use it. So you got a whole quilt project here. I would use it for the binding. One, because it's pre-cut. So here's your binding. And then you have a bonus piece of kind of Asian-y looking fabrics here. It's probably a yardish. And then you could sew these together and make a pillow or something for wherever you're going to hang this beautiful quilt. S93, $43. S93 is at $43 for the auction. This is kind of a chintzy bag, so I'm going to add some more stuff to it. Devin keeps looking at his watch, so is it almost, oh, it's 5:01.
Time.
Oh my God, okay, we're not doing any more auctions. We've run out of time, so we're going to close this up with this auction. I do have a free block with a lamb. Devin, you want to scroll and tell me who the free winner is for the lamb block? And if you want to bid on the pre-made quilt top and the extra fabrics that are in the bag, it's S93 and it's at $43. S93 is at $43. Devin, Charity is the winner of the, I think Charity actually donated that back. It was in a, this was in a, Charity, let me know if you want this. It was, I think it had the chickens and roosters in it, and she only wanted the chickens and roosters. Okay, so let me know, Charity, if you want that back. Can I come in on Saturday? I'll call first. Yeah, Saturday, we're definitely open 3 to 6, Anita, but I'll probably be here. I'm really trying to get long arming caught up because they're starting to come in like crazy for Christmas. So I'm trying to stay on top of it. So, yes, just let me know. Okay, I don't want it.
Hey, Suzette Arokin.
Suzette Arokin. Okay. Suzette. Okay, so this quilt top is going once, going twice. Charity for $43. There was a pig and a cow too. Well, Suzette's now the lucky winner. Okay, this quilt top, that is going to be really fun. Charity, is your mom not watching? You should wrap this up and give it to your mom, and then she can embellish and bedazzle it, and then you can steal it from her after she's quilted it. Charity for $43. Okay, we gotta go because we have Victor's. It can be with my wool lammy thing. Perfect. So we on Monday nights we have Victor's class. If you ever want to join us for Victor's class, it's $15 for the day, or you can do for the month for $45. And he is going to be talking to the people on there today about what they want to do in the new year. But he does a lot of great techniques and pretty much whatever the ladies want to do, he is game for. So if you ever want to join that, we'd love to have you. It's a Zoom and it's Monday nights, although I did hear kind of talk of maybe changing it to a different day and earlier in the day, because I know a lot of you are on the East Coast. So doing it at 5 makes it 8 o'clock your time. And so we're gonna talk about that in his class. So if you want to join, let me know. I'll send you the link. Otherwise, we'll see you if you want to join us on Saturday for Applique Club 3 to 6, or Monday 11 to 1 is Doris's free felting Zoom. Okay, that's all we have. We will talk to you guys soon. Have a great week. We'll see you Wednesday. Bye. Bye.